unusual. Driving home review on a gorgeous daylighty evening. It's 6:05 on the 25th of June, 2025. 25th? No, lies. 15th of June. 15th of June. Shit. Have I still got Krispy Kreme on my phone? Don't think so. We just stopped at Reading Services and I had a donut and it went everywhere. And then it all leaked out the back. And I was like, I didn't know donuts had bum holes. I was like, how do you think they get the filling in? And I'm like, elves? It never occurred to me that was how it happened. I thought it was all part of the baking process. It was in there from the beginning. Which doesn't make sense now I think about it, because the filling would all go weird if it was still... Yeah, anyway. Not what we're here to talk about. So, we have just been to out there London, as they call it, to do ABBA Voyage, the ABBA concert. But it's a live backing singers and live band to a point, as we discovered. So yeah, you're gonna get point, counterpoint, yeah, because I had been before, but it was very kindly bought for me as a gift, and thanks, Sam. And when I've gone before, everyone had been raving about how you're there, you believe they're there, and I didn't. I was like, no. It was like watching a film. They were completely flat and 2D. So I was keen to go again and see if sitting in different seats made a difference. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Or rather, even though we were like 4 or 5 seats away, because I sat right at the edge before, and we were 4 or 5 seats closer to the middle, it did start to make a difference. There were moments where it looked real, but I found that if I focused on, rather than just looking at the stage and taking it all in, if I literally zoomed in mentally on one person, like focused on like Agnetta's face or Benny's beard, then that person looked completely real, because I wasn't even concentrating on anything peripheral. I also found that weirdly, if I focused on their knees, they looked like they were real legs. So yes, it was, and they've changed the set a little bit, so that was cool to get some new music. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a great time. I cried all the way through Dancing Queen. I've no idea why. I just did. And there were a lot of kids. I mean, it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday, but I'm just like, I just don't know I'd take kids to that. It's not something I think is take your kids to Disney on Ice, don't take them to ABBA. It's like, my kids, if they're like 15, 16, you're going to get something out of it, yeah, great. They were like 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds. I was like, what are they? Do they even know what's going on? Probably not. Do they understand like the cultural relevance? No. Do they understand the the amazing effects and things, and appreciate all the lights and it's just, why would you do that? We did have some errors getting up there. One, Googling the car park we'd booked a space in took us to an entirely different car park, so we ended up paying for parking twice, which is great, exactly what we wanted to do today. And then we had like loads of spare time, so we were parked in this shopping centre, so we had a bite to eat because Paul was starving, hadn't eaten anything, and I'd had like a biscuit this morning or something. And then we wandered over to get our train, and entirely my fault, I should know better, but I've lived away from London a long time, didn't check for planned engineering works, so Pudding Mill Lane DLR station, that is the one you need for ABBA Voyage, was closed. We couldn't get there, we had to walk. So we arrived, like literally as we were in the foyer, and going through like the second like ticket check to be taken to our seats, the concert started, and they held us there for like 7 minutes or something, but it was like songs that aren't like the hits at all, so I've got to admit I wasn't super bothered. We could hear it really clearly from where we were, and then they took us through and sort of sat us down, and yeah, I was hearing people all around us going, oh my god, that's so amazing, like, you believe they're there, it's really, and I'm just like, but like, am I the only person in the world who doesn't see the illusion? But yeah, I had a great time. So, if you'd like a different point of view.
Well, I mean, I had already said that I'm not an ABBA fan that way. I was quite happy to walk to go with someone else.
I wanted to go with you.
It was absolutely not 3D. It didn't even. The proportions are weird. The way I described it is that it wasn't just watching a film. It was watching a film with the aspect ratio out. They looked like they'd been squished. I mean, you know, the band and the live singers over there were decent. The animation that they did in the middle of the story was fun. But yeah, I think you need to be an ABBA fan to actually enjoy it, and I am absolutely not an ABBA fan in that way. So,
One thing we did notice was, for Does Your Mother Know, they let the band perform it and ABBA go off. And obviously then the band appear on the big video screens. And I was looking around going, oh, I wonder where the cameras are. No cameras, how are they doing? And then I watched, there were a couple of points where a member of the band's arm wasn't where it should have been based on what they were doing on the stage. So I thought it was interesting that the footage of the band in the band's solo bit is also all pre-recorded, even though they are real people actually there. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So I think if you're a fan, go. If you don't mind ABBA, or you sort of like a bit of pop music and a bit of a dance party, go. If you can try and sit as centre on as you can, recommend it, because I think it makes a difference. So yeah.